Hello again. Alright, so I was essentially trying to reset to go hire more units, basically, over at Celia, and wound up getting into a bit of a fight here, so I went back into the Undead Forest here. Basically, just a bunch of ghosts and a witch. It's like the one thing that spawns here over and over. By and large, same thing as last time, so cut out most of it. Pretty much last round here. Two of them got put to sleep, but whatever. Should be just enough damage to finish it off here. Please roll 31. Perfect. There we go, finish you. And come on for the perfect sweep. Actually, let's just go ahead and finish it with one of these. There we go. Don't know why I'm even chancing it. Keep forgetting I have this. Nice. Don't really get much out of that. Then there's Bleat. Bleat is fun. I probably should have saved, but whatever. Nope, she are kinda sorta dead a little bit. Alright. Yeah, that little emulator lag is kinda what I was thinking I probably should have saved. Alright, so she's at 17, everybody else is not. Now, most of these guys are gonna be completely unthreatening for a few rounds. I believe these guys, or one of them, has liquid whatever. You. Fluid magic, there we go. So they're gonna get those summons going pretty much immediately. She is ridiculously flimsy though, so I think of all fights, this is the one that that Steve and Alphonse can do together. Steve should be nigh immune to this stuff, and well, this ridiculousness right here is just, well, ridiculous. Okay. First off, I'm gonna go ahead and use one of these, just for the hell of it. Because I kinda want to see what it'll do. Oh, that's just absurd. Somebody thought this was balanced. So yeah, pretty much before the remake, that was how orbs worked. They nuked the entire map and it was horribly unfair. Actually, screw it, let's just use two of them. It doesn't say anything about not just nuking the place from orbit, so... Yes. Sucks to be you. Mark of the Elite, and Mark of the Elite. So, all it really does is give an instant level up. It's not really worth the effort, but whatever. This is kind of one of those just because you can kind of situations. Yep, so kind of killed off her mom's soul by stabbing her, well, kind of nuking her entire town again. Yeah, we don't need you. So, yeah, bye. And then they're gonna have a touching moment. Like, oh no, my feelings. I have those. Alright, cool. Oh, for God's sake. Alright, whatever. Let's do another encounter fight with that exact same fight now. Actually, I wonder if I have another orb. I hope I have another orb, because I just want to nuke this fight. Oh, by the way, if for some reason you are watching this and unfamiliar with how it ends up going, with Eleanor's ability that I believe she gets at every level past 20. What it basically does, it's a free use of an orb, more or less. Do I have one of those? No, I'm out of them. Alright. I'm gonna buy a ton of those things, though. Because frankly, with the secret shop and all that, there's really no point in not doing that. Because some of those fights get ridiculous, and, yeah. Really does not hurt to wear everybody down before a fight even starts. Really the main purpose of that, though, I'm gonna go do a type of thing where, probably with Astoria, I'm probably gonna use one on each side of the fight. We'll see how it goes. So what I was originally going to do with Astoria was essentially give 4 of them shields and, you know, go probably smack both of them off walls, because they have a really bad habit of sticking themselves right on the top of their walls. Which, I guess in all practicality would be a good thing, unless, you know, the other guys can fly. And that's another funny thing, they give you access to the warp shoes right off the bat. So, one really hilarious thing you can do is go give Alphonse the warp boots and a snapdragon and a dragon shield and all that. And then, yeah, the counters would be enough, and all that. I mean, he would do enough damage to be ridiculously threatening without him. But just have him warp up there, just smack Margaret straight off the wall. That's good stuff. Then, of course, you end up overloading one party, and then the other one is ludicrously difficult. Which I love when that mechanic comes up, you know? It's something that that came up in Spudouken 2 also. And, man, it's just great when you have... when you've been going and putting together these multiple parties and everything. Like, training all these different units, and suddenly they're like, hey, so... how about you just use all of them? Like, awesome. Get to bring in everyone. Don't have all these people just sitting there warming the benches all the time. Like, when it's done well, it's done well. Like, personally, this is probably my favorite version of it, because you basically use 2 parties, and it's pretty much justified. Because you have to attack both sides, you know, maybe you didn't split the party up to that point. I think Formido probably would have been a good place to start that, in all reality. Actually, well, I mean, they kinda do, because it's supposed to be Richter's party that's attacking from the other side, but they never show up, and then you get trapped, and it's like, okay, from now on, it's just my guys. They're coming around the other side, this guy's completely unreliable. So I guess they kinda did. Alright, there we go, and then next round, everyone can just get nuked. It's gonna be one more wear-down round, and then, yeah. Unless anyone gets put to sleep here, we'll see. Please miss. Good. So Nightmare can miss entirely, but, yeah, if the sleep proc hits, it's a problem. Also, these guys really love bum-rushing Alphonse for some reason. And yes, I will constantly go back and forth between Lands and Alphonse, just whatever. By which, or not. There seems to be some form of damage caps going on. Just because, like, honestly, like, Steve here, I've never seen him hit above 50, despite the fact that he probably should be able to do so. But I don't know where exactly the damage cap's out at. I'm pretty sure for Sword Masters and for, just about anything that Alphonse goes into, it's non-existent. Because I've definitely seen him hit 999s before. But who knows? Okay. Go over here, do some more pew-pews. Yeah, their damage is all over the place. But weirdly enough, those missiles, they always seem to do the same. It's always the same, like, 20 to 40. Whereas everything else is, like, varying between 10 to 30. Why this has gone down in price, I'm also not really sure. Because I thought it was a 3rd round ability, but it's apparently not. I could have sworn it was 25 before. Maybe I'm just remembering something wrong. That's very likely too. I do that a lot. Enfeebled? He can't be enfeebled. He can't be anythinged. It's actually funny because even before the Fire Crest or any upgrades or emblems or whatever else, Alphonse is actually, he just comes with Death Proof. He flat out cannot be debuffed. I love that they actually gave him that ability in this one. So, I tried to find a cover of any music on this, by the way. Just to kind of see if I could, you know, put it over it. Turns out there wasn't one. Why? Who knows? But there were not any covers of this. Or any of the music in it, really. Not that I could find, anyway. It's got some okay music, there's really no reason that it's got none. He will. I guess it's got all the popularity of friggin' cancer, so there's that. No one ever friggin' said, hey, you know, go check out this thing, it's our top seller of the month. Like, no, it's our favorite dust collector of the month, because nobody's ever heard of it. Because they never bothered even telling anyone it existed when they released it. Like, I wonder why this series isn't going well. Oh, I mean, if you told anyone, that might be something. So, another funny thing. Last time I was kind of talking about how his, what's-his-face's pets just basically ditched him. And, it's kind of funny. So, my wife and I, we volunteered to basically raise service dogs, so every now and then, well, not every now and then, pretty much constantly questions come up on how exactly that works. There we go. Now we can hire some folks. Ah, crap, right. What was I going back there for again? What the hell was I doing here? Well, at the very least, let's go to this shop. Oh, yeah. So, at any rate, you know, questions constantly come up in terms of how exactly all that works, and, should have a shop, right? Okay. And it's kind of funny because, well, everyone's first reaction is always to run up and, like, pet an animal. Like, I can understand that and all that, but it's like the very, 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 very first reaction a lot of people have for some reason. So, like, as an example, yesterday... Actually, I should take a step back here to explain what I mean. So, in terms of why exactly this makes me think of those animals ditching them, no, if there's food and a friendly hand, they'll gladly go to another person. Alright, there we go. Let's do that. But okay, so, to explain what happened there, for example, we're in the middle of a training thing, and there's 5 puppies, you know, with a counselor there, and everyone's just kind of standing around. You know, she's going around, you know, giving everyone, you know, different tips that have come up and that sort of thing. And in the middle of it, this guy just comes up, just like runs up and like bum rushes my dog. Like, hand outstretched, huge smile on his face, like you feel bad for saying no kind of a situation. And like, you know, dog starts going nuts, starts going absolutely ballistic all over the place. It's like, what do you really even say to that, you know? I mean, naturally I told him not to, because service dog and training and all that. By the way, there's the Snapdragon. We're gonna go ahead and end training now. Actually, I think Dummy's gonna become the weapon. Why not? Ooh, another recruit. But yeah, no. Point being, yeah, they'll gladly go to whoever, as long as somebody's being nice to them. Like, loyalty is kind of a thing, but not as much as you'd think. Like, when they're older, sure. Like, after a few years, like, puppies do not give a crap who's around. It's like, as long as somebody's nice to me and giving me food, I could care less. But yeah, I can kind of understand that, though. Although, gotta say, this last one's pretty impressively hyper. Like, have hands down never seen such a hyper pup. Like, we've had two that graduated and became official guide dogs and everything. But, man. It's like getting this one under control. Like, she'll see a kid a block away and just, like, the tail is ready to go rip through concrete. Like, oh my god, I gotta go say hi, I gotta go say hi, I gotta go right now. Yeah. Goes about as well as you'd think. Anyway, let's see. There's a possibility I'd like to have Steve do the recruiting. Unfortunately, this is gonna have to be pretty much speed recruiting because, well, they've got two healers. What I'd like to do is recruit first, go after the healer second. As backwards as that may seem, there's some logic behind it. But yeah, no, so... Okay, so on the whole service dog thing. Now, it's not exactly common knowledge in a lot of places. I mean, I know in my state here, there's a few leader dog organizations here, so... Well, I mean, I guess technically one leader dog, but a few service dog organizations. So it's more relatively common knowledge. But you still get people all the time that will just, like, come up as you're training, like, hey, I want to go pet your dog, or they'll do the amazing thing of coming up right behind you and just, like, assault-hugging your dog. And it's like, you're teaching them that while somebody, you know, they're leading somebody around that's blind, it's completely okay to completely ditch them and just go hang out with somebody for the hell of it. Like, honestly, what are you doing? And it's funny because people get offended when you tell them not to, you know, go friggin' assault hug their dog. And, like, naturally, that is... why do you think that's okay? Like, little kids I can understand, but, oh man. Some people are really aggressive about it. Right, I don't think this particular one's gonna survive very much, so let's go ahead and go for that recruit. Join us. Right, well, you're probably gonna die. Anyway, also, they only have one healer. I am apparently just blind. For some reason I was looking at this witch here and thought she was a healer. Clearly the exact same thing. There, witch doctor. On the plus side, it might be possible to get that other one to lower health at this rate. We'll see. We'll see. Vive le she. Well, man, it's just swimming in random encounters this time, isn't it? Also, that archer seems like she wants to get shot in the face. Because she's sitting in the water. There we go. Actually, come to think of it. Okay, so another funny thing that you see every now and then. So a lot of people are also under the impression that if there's a service dog, that it's just essentially any dog that is just labeled a service dog. That. Please don't tell me you crashed. Okay. It just had a bit of a hiccup. I gotta remember to actually save it after this part, otherwise that is a lot of lost progress. Yeah, there's no retreat option, so meh. Teleport, stab, stab. Okay, good job. Toots? Their frickin' name is Toots! Oh my god, you are so very, very in. Alright. Come on, Toots. You know you want in on this. Oh, but yeah, so the funny part is, like, you'll see this little fluffy frickin' chihuahua or some crap running down the store. I'm like, no, it's a service dog. No, that is a friggin' snack. That is not a service dog. Just because the little like yippy hyper dogs, yeah, they don't get trained for that. They can be support dogs, but you know, in that case, it's a completely different thing, and they still have their own harness and stuff like that. Somebody thinks they can just like go online. They're like, well, I bought a harness. It says service dog on it. That makes it a service doge. And not exactly how that works. Also, alright, given how low health they are, I'm actually just gonna go ahead and kill this one then. Sorry, Coco. I'm gonna think of it. There was a chance to hire them. Oh well. Whatever. He is forever annoyed then that they weren't able to hire that one. But okay, yeah, so one great example of that. So several months ago, I was training a different dog, one of the ones that ended up graduating, and so we're going down the store. You know, he's doing pretty all right, listening to commands. He's keeping his focus and everything, and suddenly he just goes absolutely ballistic, like just losing his absolute mind everywhere. And yeah, this little chihuahua thing is just, like, jumping around the corner, pissing on something. just like, going around, sniffing everything, peeing on everything. It's like, oh my god, why on earth did you try to claim that's a service dog? And that's the weird thing, because that lady brings in that thing, and suddenly suddenly when you're actually bringing an actual dog there, or an actual service dog, they're like, no, you have to show us your credentials and everything else. And I'm like, well, you know, here are their tags. I don't have their paperwork with me, because why would I? And, yeah, like, that lady got in no problem, but no, have to go show them credentials and everything else. Like, I literally got grilled by the guy walking in with a dog that I already was in there with, and had run into this same guy over and over for months, because it's the same old grocery store that we always go to. And, you know, at first I didn't get it, but then I saw that friggin' lady's dog, and, ugh. You know, it happens, I guess. But yeah, don't be the type of person that tries to claim their pet, or whatever, as a friggin' service animal. Like, yeah, they might go into the store, they're almost guaranteed to have an accident, though. There's a reason they have to be trained in order to not have an accident there. Because there's so many smells, you know, at some point somebody stepped in some dog turd or whatever outside of their apartment, and then, you know, somebody ended up walking with that same shoe in the middle of a store, and especially those mats at the entrance of them. Like, those things are accidental pee central right there. Like, every single one that we've ever trained has had a problem with, at least initially, thinking like, oh man, this is the spot right here. This is where everybody's going around and sharing their, as they call them, pee mails. Basically, they're going and smelling every other dog that went there. Or every other poo that got stuck at the bottom of someone's shoe or something. You're like, this is the very well-traveled spot. Oh man. That self-preservation would have gotten fist fight too. Actually, no, counter fists don't count for some reason. Let's see. Honestly, there's only one spot to go after this. Alright, I already wasted all of my items on Steve, so I might just go and hire a giant. Or a dragon or... Actually, no! No, none of the above. I found out... Man, friggin' all these guys have embodiment of desires at this point. But no, I found out, apparently, there's hidden benefits, if you go and snap certain things. So, what I'm gonna end up doing is going and, hiring a swordmaster and having them do it. Because apparently that is a chance to insta-kill, so... That sounds nifty. Especially on Steve. Sounds like something Steve would like. I know I just went through all this effort to get Steve his, apparently canon blood axe, but... yeah. I think we're gonna go get him a Snapdragon. Actually, crap. You know what? I think I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna get the best of both worlds. We're gonna go ahead and snap a Swordmaster, but essentially just have them named Blood Axe. There we go. That sounds good. Alright, Beast. Please tell me you can hit her. This is kind of the downside of this kind of damage formula. Where you get one unit that's just trapped in a corner, and you have a hard time getting people to them. Not this is terribly difficult right now. They're essentially completely stuck, but we're still wasting several rounds on it. Does this have a thing on it? I forget. One of those had a thing on it. That would be problematic. Please don't kill anyone. Beast, what are you doing? What is your equipment anyway? Short bow? Yeah, they keep trying to use short bows for a very long time. Okay, this might end up taking one extra round now. Hopefully not. Okay, maybe not. It all depends if we run into some weird terrain trickiness with this shot. Okay, no, it's all fine. Hell yes. Got frickin' toots. Oh, that's the best. Alright, alright, let's sell some crap. Yeah, I know, I need to go save. That'll do. That'll do. And there we go. Don't worry about your name at all. We totally won't put you into some horrific situation here. Alright, he needs a Book of Initiation. He's got to do some serious dodging. What we're gonna do... actually sell some more stuff. We're never gonna use this, never gonna use this. Honestly, not gonna use that either. Oh, Olive's a nice name. What do I name my bird? Any dangways. Yes, yes, I know. Go save, go save. I will. Alright, now let's do computer, and start. And 100% megahertz disaster. Okay. Crap, she can actually hit him. Why is she able to hit him so well? Alright, one more miss, come on. Why are you hitting him? Well... I mean, that's a bit of an annoying thing. Alright. Let's have you become one of these, then. That... That... Yeah, why not? There we go. Give this another try. What the Christ? There's a lot of damage. Okay, Alright, I might have to go for a different approach here. Alright, anyway, I'll come back next time with this.